Draymond Green is the best defensive quarterback in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's the reality of him. I thought that we saw it in stretches this year. Like, I think the reason I would have voted Amen Defensive Player of the Year over Draymond was that I thought that Amen did it for the full season.
Yeah.
Was the reality. Whereas Draymond was great for the first 15 games, I think was less good for the next 30, 35 games or whatever, and then was great for the final quarter of the season, maybe even the final third of the season. Like the last 25 games, I thought Draymond was far and away the best defensive player in the league. I don't even think there was a conversation because Victor was out at that point. In the way that Draymond just completely quarterbacked the Golden State Warriors defense back into the playoff picture and, ends up with them being, I think they were a top 3 defense in the league last year, something like that. They were 7th in defense, but I think over the last third of the season, they were 1 or 2, honestly. He was a just incredible monster on that end in the way that he was able to yell out coverages. He's the best communicator on defense I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I think is the best.
For what it's worth, Sam, they were first post All-Star break in defensive rating.
There it is.
Yeah.
So I think he's the best defensive communicator I've ever seen. If somebody, if there was a kid that I was trying to help get better at basketball and was trying to specifically help them learn how they have to talk on the court, I would tell them, watch Draymond Green tape. You will actually hear him on the court, from the TV. He's one of the few guys that you actually hear because he yells out orders constantly to his team. He knows exactly what the offense is trying to do before they do it.
Yeah.
Because he is clearly watching more tape on that end of what offenses are trying to do than anybody in the league, I think.
Yeah.
I think that has to be the reality because he literally will call out actions before they happen based on how the team aligns and based on just their initial movement. He will call out actions to his teammates and tell them he's going this way. You come here. He'll grab defenders and pull them toward him and then shoot out another way. He is the smartest defender I've ever seen play basketball in my life. I don't know if he's the best defender overall I've ever seen play defensively in my life because there's limited tools here, right? He's not the fastest guy in the world. He's not the, biggest guy in the world. He's 6'6", right? He has incredible length, but there are physical limitations that drop him from being maybe the best defender I've ever seen in my life. But Draymond changed defense in the NBA first and foremost, with the ability to play at the 5 and be switchable at 6'6" with his strength and with his power and physicality and motor. But even still, now that he's not quite as explosive as he was then, he's still the smartest defender in the NBA because he clearly gives so much to his craft and gives so much to the game of basketball that there's never a point where I think that he is out of position. Even in moments where he's rule breaking, like you say, I know that there's a reason why he's doing that.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And because of that, he has made me smarter in evaluating defense because he makes me go, okay, that's not a rule. That's not what he is supposed to do.
Yeah.
When he is the low man on the weak side. Why is he doing that? Go ahead.
No, I have the perfect example. I will never forget this play. It's against the Rockets. Şengün has the ball. He's supposed to be taking away the basket, and he purposely stands outside the lane, knowing that Amin is cutting baseline on the weak side, and just baits Şengün into throwing the backdoor, what he thinks is a backdoor pass to Amin for the catch and finish. And as soon as Şengün passes it, he steps over. And that's when we say rule breaking. For Amin, it's the athleticism. For Draymond, it's the processing, the court mapping, right? He's the one that made me think we got to stop just talking about offensive players court mapping. We got to start giving defensive players love for court mapping. That's how Draymond breaks the rules. Because he should have just been standing there, Sam. He should have been standing there and just taking it away. And instead he goes, I know what Amin's going to do, and I'm going to make Şengün, who's a hell of a processor in his own right. I'm going to make him think that a min's going to be open, and then I'm going to steal it as soon as he passes it.
Yep. No, it's exactly right. On top of that, like, he is still mobile enough. Like, he still moves well. He is still out there taking on tough assignments consistently and stopping like the opposing players or making their lives harder. Right. The counting numbers may not be there quite at the levels they've been previously, but I had no problem with him being first team all defense this year, even in spite of, the struggles that he had for the middle portion of the season, in my opinion. We're working off of 5 years. He's been all defense in 4 of those years. Even still, he's a 9-time all defensive player. And anybody that says Draymond Green's not a Hall of Famer, you guys are out of your fucking minds. Like, I don't care that he has not averaged 10 points a game since 2018. I do not care. He is this era's best defender. From 2015 until 2025, he is the best defender in the NBA over a full decade of the NBA. He has made 9 all defense teams in 11 years. And the only reason he didn't make the other 2 is because he played 43 and 55 games in those other 2 seasons. The guy is incredible on that end. He has genuinely changed the way that NBA teams defend.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, and what I love about his rim protection, so you could look at the block numbers, right? Like, just like the raw block numbers, and they don't stand out to you. But I think he protects the rim in a multitude of ways. So again, just like talking about thinking and processing a certain way, he knows exactly when he should try to block a shot. He knows when he should try to play with verticality. He knows when he should try to take a charge. He's not Tamani Kamara, but he's top 6 or 7 in the NBA in charges drawn. And so he just understands, how do I have to get it done on this possession, Sam? Do I got to dig at it? We talked about this with Hartenstein, right? With his hands. Draymond has great hands, so he can dig it out before it ever gets above their waist. If it's a guy he can contest up high, he'll go play with verticality. If he needs to get there and block it, he'll block it. If he has none of those options, he'll try to take a charge. And so, like, it just... that level of versatility in the way that he can protect the rim is what is truly special. It just, whenever you're looking at, like, say, around the rim, restricted area of the paint.
Yeah. I mean, like, the guy just completely blows my mind on that end. Like, with the versatility that you just mentioned, the ability to impact like all 3 levels of the defense.
Sure.
With that communication style. It's remarkable. And I close on the communication just because, again,
yes, I think this is important. Yeah.
I think that is what his superpower is, his brain. Draymond Green should not be an NBA Hall of Famer, right? Based off of the tools, based off of the talent, should not be a Hall of Famer, right? But he's a Hall of Famer because of his brain and because of his toughness and because of the fact that he is willing to be like a leader out on the court. He, like, say whatever you will about like the fearlessness and lack of give a fuck. It has certainly come back to bite him in the past. And it is a real factor in him, people not liking him. You're not a Draymond Green fan. I totally get it because he's made mistakes in the past. But I think that lack of give a fuck is why he is who he is. At the same token, it's exactly why he is able to command such respect, because he's done it and he's been there and he's able to accomplish so far beyond what his tools and talent should indicate necessarily because of his brain, his intelligence, and his motor and his lack of fear to me on the court. And that communication style is like kind of the ultimate positive example of that. Guys follow him because he knows what he's doing out there and he has a proven track record of it at this point.
I love the communication point. It's very important.